What's up, KFG gang? It's your boy Big Boy John. 25 minutes time. I'm gonna do my WWE Smackdown review and highlights. So you guys new. Hit that like button and hit that red button. Let's get started. Smackdown was just a god awful show. It was just a god awful show. That's just my opinion. Tonight's WWE Smackdown on Fox opens up with a video package that asks who's next for WWE Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg. We cut to the normal blue brand intro video. We're live from the SAP Center in San Jose, California, as the power goes off. Michael Cole welcomes us and hypes Goldberg's appearance. He joins by Corey Graves at ringside. They hype tonight's show. We go right to the ring, and out comes first The Miz. He stops and waits John Morrison and makes his way out. The number one contender heads to the ring together for the return of the Dirt Sheet segment as Greg Hamilton does the introductions. Morrison and Miz takes their seats in the middle of the ring. They plug their Super Smackdown match with Smackdown Tag Team Champions, The New Day. They then lead us to their new blockbuster. Once upon the Dirt Sheet, the video package begins with a movie-like rating of A for awesome. The comedy video features The Miz dad. WWE produced Lance Storm and John Laurinaitis also makes cameos. It ends up with coming soon at Super Smackdown. New Tag Team Champions. We go right back to the ring. Miz says that might have been Oscar worthy, but it's definitely worth it of the tag team titles. Morrison says everyone was booing them weeks ago, but now that they have a blockbuster movie, everyone wants to hang with the cool kids. Some fans boo them. They go on until the music interrupts, and out comes the champions, Kofi Kingston and Big E of the New Day. They come out 2 tubs of popcorn instead of pancakes. They said that trailer was amazing. It had it all. They walk down the ramp, and Big E shares some of his popcorn with fans in the front row. Kofi jokes about being Miz's favorite WWE superstar more like than his own son. They go on about the trailer, and Big E says it's hilarious that Miz and Morrison think that will take the titles at Super Showdown. Big E says that's Richard Power level comedy. The New Day is in the ring now, laughing at the number one contenders. Miz goes on about how they have dominated the New Day over the past few weeks. They mock Big E and Kofi. The music interrupts, and out comes the Usos, Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso. The Usos aren't thrilled with Miz and Morrison saying they beat them. They welcome everyone to the Uso penitentiary, but they interrupted by Dolph Ziggler's music. Miz and Morrison take advantage of the distraction and attack the New Day from behind, beating them down. The Usos rush to the ring and sends the number one contenders retreating. Ziggler heads to the ring with his partner, Robert Roode. We go to commercial. The Usos versus Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. This tag team match was pretty good. I ain't even gonna lie. Back from the break, and Robert Roode goes at it with Jimmy Uso. They trade shots, and Jimmy rocks him with a big right hand. Dolph Ziggler also eats one. Jey Uso tags in for the double team to Roode from the top. Ziggler interferes from the floor, allowing Roode to level Jey as he turns back around. Roode with a 2 count. Ziggler tags back in and manhandles Jey. Some wrecking at his eyes. Ziggler with a big drop kick for a 2 count to Jey. Ziggler works Uso over in the corner and then distracts the referee, allowing Roode to claw at Uso in the corner. Roode tags in for more offense on Jey in the corner. Roode grounds Jey in the middle of the ring now. Fans try to rally for the Usos, but Roode drops Jey as he reaches for a tag. Ziggler tags in as Roode drops Jey with a DDT. Ziggler follows up with a Famouser for a close 2 count. Ziggler drops Jimmy of the apron and shows off as fans boo him. Jey rolls Ziggler for a 2 count. Roode comes back in and they hit a big zigzag spinebuster combo, but Jimmy breaks the pin up just in time. Ziggler attacks Jimmy, but Jimmy super kicks him. Roode drops Jimmy, but they nail Roode with an enziguri. Jey slowly goes to the top. Ziggler distracts the referee again as Roode jumps up and and shoves Jay off the top, sending him to the floor and face first into the burial. We go to commercial. Back from the break, and Rude stomps away on Jay in the corner as the referee warns him. Rude keeps stomping, and the referee backs him off as fans boo. Rude is all smiles. Ziggler comes back in, but Jay rocks him with the right hand. Ziggler kicks the knees out and drags Jay back to their corner. Rude tags back in for a double team. Jay fights out of the corner, which shot to both opponents. Jay sends Rude to the floor. Jimmy reaches for the tag, but Rude stops Jay. Jay swinging at Jimmy, but misses. Jay finally makes the tag. Jimmy tags in and unloads with a top rope crossbody to Rude. Jimmy keeps control and hits a Samoan drop on Ziggler. Run in, but also takes a Samoan drop. Jimmy splashes Ziggler in the corner, but runs into a power slam from Rude for a 2 count. Rude keeps Jimmy down and calls for the glorious DDT. Fans boo. Jimmy blocks it. And backdrop Rude. Ziggler tags in and hits a zigzag on Jimmy for another close 2 count. Ziggler can't believe it. Ziggler cranks up for the super kick. Jimmy gets up and hits one of his own. Rude gets sent to the floor. Jay tags in and goes to the top for a big splash on Ziggler, but he lands on knees. Ziggler with a 2 count. Rude and Ziggler go for a double team, but Jimmy makes the save. Jimmy and Ziggler tumbling to the floor. Rude and Jay tangled. Jimmy tags in for double super kick to Rude. Jimmy goes to the top and hits a big Uso splash on Rude for the pin to win. The winners of the match, the Usos. This match was pretty good. Alright, moving on. After the match, the Usos celebrate as their music hits. We go to replay. The announcers hype Goldberg's appearance some more. Who's next still to come? Also, a look back at King bearing Corbin's dog food bath last week. Back to commercial. Back from the break, and we get a WrestleMania 36 promo. We're 58 days away. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are backstage talking about tonight's fatal 4-way for a future title shot. Bliss teased that she has something twisted up her sleeve. Cole shows us last week's main event where Roman Reigns defeated King Corbin, and after the match, Corbin had dog food dumped all over him by Roman Reigns and the Usos. We see King Corbin storming to the producer truck in the back. He's furiously over the video being shown. Corbin takes the producer worker out and throws him down a set of steps to the ground in the parking lot. WWE producers and the referees rush over to help the referee and back Corbin off. Corbin is all smiles, and Adam Pearce tells him he went too far. Elias versus Cesaro. We've seen this match already, but this match was decent. It was just a decent match. Elias is in the ring with his guitar now. Elias plays for a few minutes and asks who has his back in the match with Cesaro tonight. Then he then asks who wants to walk with him. Elias starts performing his latest song called Third Time's a Charm. As the crowd starts clapping, Elias is quickly interrupted by the music as Cesaro comes out with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn speaks from the stage as the crowd boos him. Sami tells the fans to shut their mouths. Sami tells Elias it doesn't feel good to be interrupted because Elias did the same to him last week. Elias says it's been a miracle for the past 2 years if he don't get interrupted. Sami goes on ranting at Elias and the fans and says Elias is going to pay tonight in the ring with Cesaro, and he brought it on himself. Cesaro and Sami march to the ring as we go to commercial. Back from the break, and they go at it. Elias with a big back drop in the middle of the ring. Elias with a back breaker in a 2 count. Cesaro gets rocked off and counter in the corner. Elias goes to the top and tells the referee to get Sami off the apron. Cesaro tries to take advantage of the distraction, but Elias keeps fighting. Cesaro goes on and knocks Elias out of the ring. Into the burial. Sami taunts Elias on the floor and gets in his face as fans boo him. Cesaro comes out and drops Elias face first into the top of the barrel. Cesaro brings it back into the ring for a 2 count. Cesaro keeps control and drops an elbow for another 2 count. Cesaro with a big gut wrench suplex for another pin attempt. Cesaro ends distracting the referee, allowing Sami to deck Elias with a cheap shot while he's hung on the ropes. Cesaro comes back over and grounds Elias on the mat now. Fans rally for Elias as he fights ups and out. Elias with a kick. Cesaro goes for a sleeper, but Elias nails a back suplex. Cesaro gets up first and waits for Elias, but runs into a boot. Elias follows up with a running knee to the face for a 2 count. Elias goes to the top and Cesaro jumps up and hits the ropes, knocking Elias down. Cesaro climbs up for the superplex, but Elias fights back and knocks him to the mat. Cesaro runs back up with a big uppercut as Sami distracts Elias from the floor. Cesaro goes back into the corner for a big superplex. Elias still kicks out and Sami can't believe it. They trade more offense and pin attempts. Cesaro launches Elias into a big uppercut for another close 2 count. Cesaro unloads with uppercuts now. Elias fights back out of the corner with chops and a kick. Cesaro fights back with a bunch of stiff shots. Cesaro yells out, but gets some boos back. Elias unloads on Cesaro into the corner as the referee backs him off. Elias with a clothesline and a slam. Elias goes back to the top and hits a big flying elbow drop from the pin to win. The winner of the match, Elias. After the match, Elias' music hits as we go to replay. Sami checks on Cesaro as Elias makes his exit. Charlotte Flair is announced for WWE backstage. We see Goldberg getting mic'd up. Back to commercial. Back from the break, and Cole plugs the XFL launch this weekend. We see Goldberg. We see Goldberg getting ready again. King Baron Corbin comes out to the stage with a mic. He's still pissed. Corbin says his crown makes him king and everyone needs to bow down and listen to what the king has to say. Corbin says Roman Reigns lost last week just like you sorry San Francisco 49ers lost to his Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Corbin goes on about how Reigns can't do anything without the Usos. He asks when the Usos will realize they're carrying dead weight. Corbin says if Reigns is thought as he says he is, they would fight one-on-one at the Royal Rumble instead of getting help. Corbin says then he would won their Falls Count Anywhere match and then the Royal Rumble main event, and he would be the headline WrestleMania 36. Corbin says, as our king, he demands one more match with Reigns. Corbin speaking from the bottom of the ramp now. He says he's the king of Smackdown and this show is going nowhere until he gets Roman Reigns in the ring. Fans continue to boo him. Corbin taunts at fans at ringside, who is wearing the Reigns t-shirt. This could be a plant. Reigns takes a drink from the guy and pours it over his head. Corbin asks for another drink from a fan and pour it over the same guy, but the music hits and out comes Roman Reigns to a pop. Reigns runs down the ramp and nails a Superman punch on Corbin. Reigns sends Corbin into the burial and then the steel steps, and again Reigns with a drive-by. Reigns brings Corbin into the ring, but Corbin immediately retreats to the floor. Fans boo as Corbin scrambles through the crowd out of the arena. Reigns takes the mic in the ring and calls Corbin back. He is not coming. Reigns calls him a coward. Reigns says if the coward wants one more match, he can have it. Reigns tells Corbin to have his boys stay at home because they're going to do it in a steel cage. Fans pop as Reigns drops the mic. Reigns exits to the ring and greets fans at ringside, including the fans he made the save for. WWE Hall of Famer Billy Goldberg joins us from his home in his home in Texas, live via satellite. He is not backstage tonight. He's according in the announcers. Michael Cole welcomes him. Okay, first of all, I'm tired of Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin's feud. Can we just see something different, please? We just want something different. But anyway, Goldberg thanks. Says Goldberg thanks Cole, and he says he's going to get right to the point and won't waste our time. Goldberg watches the recent Royal Rumble event and says it was inspiring. It gave him that itch again. Goldberg says he's usually suspect WWE Champion Brock Lesnar is busy with Ricochet at the event, but what about the WWE Universal title? Goldberg talks about his previously reign, and it sounds like it's about to challenge the WWE Champion, The Fiend Bray Wyatt. But we're interrupted by a special breaking news edition of the Firefly Funhouse. Wyatt and the newscaster gives us the news and mentions William Goldberg. Wyatt says he accepts, meaning the Fiend. We get a word from Mercy the Buzzer, who says it could be cold day in hell before the title change. Wyatt the newscaster sends us back to Goldberg. Goldberg is in no mood for the jokes and games. Wyatt is about to offer some advice, but Goldberg says the only thing he'll be thinking is the title. Goldberg has one message: the Fiend, you're next. Goldberg walks away from the set. Wyatt gets serious and says that wasn't very nice. He's still got that anger look on when he says let me in. Wyatt starts smiling again and waves goodbye to everyone, including Goldberg, as the Funhouse music plays. We see Daniel Bryan backstage in a deep thought. Heath Slater walks in and brings up what we just saw. Slater says he was being worried about Daniel Bryan and just come to check on him. Slater mentions the recent strap match at the Royal Rumble and says he will never let another man beat him like that. Slater goes on rambling and may being offended Bryan without realizing it. Bryan asks Slater what he thinks about the two of them meeting in the ring right now. Daniel Bryan walks off and Slater looks surprised. Slater stands up and gets it back to commercial. Daniel Bryan versus Heath Slater. This match was pretty quick. We go back to the ring and Daniel Bryan is out. We get highlights from the strap match lost at the Royal Rumble. Heath Slater is also out. The bell rings and Daniel Bryan immediately hits a big running knee to Slater, sending him out. Bryan keeps control and brings it back into the ring for a missile dropkick. Bryan keeps up for a big pop. Daniel Bryan delivers a yes kick while Slater is on his knees. The roundhouse kick drops Slater. Bryan gets a yes chant going as he waits for Slater to get up. Bryan nails a running knee and drops Slater again. Bryan says it's not done yet. Bryan grabs Slater's arm and stomps away on him. Cole says the Fiend changed Bryan. Bryan does this again as the referee warns him. Bryan goes onto the lead bell lock, and the referee immediately calls for the bell because Slater is already knocked out. The winner of the match, Daniel Bryan. After the match, Bryan stands tall and leads a yes chant in the corner as his music hits. Still to come, a fatal four-way main event in the crown a new number one contender to Bayley's new WWE Bayley new Smackdown Women's Champion. Intercontinental Champion Braun Strowman will be here next. Back to commercial. Back from the break, and we see how Braun Strowman won the Intercontinental title from Shinsuke Nakamura last Friday. Renee Young is in the ring with a mic now. Renee brings Strowman out to the ring as fans cheer him on. Renee asks how it feels to hold the title, knowing his family finally hit his. Fans start cheering for Strowman again. Some chants you deserve it now. Strowman says he still gets chills when he thinks about it. He goes over some of his WWE accomplishments and says this is his greatest. The one thing he hasn't been able to do as a WWE superstar is hold a singles title over his head until now. Braun raised the title at Smash Spot. The music interrupts and out comes Nakamura with Sami Zayn. Sami says he's sorry to interrupt Bryan's little celebration, but as everyone saw, Braun's win. He's fraudulent. That's why Sami and Nakamura are here and demanding a rematch. Strowman mentions how no one wants to hear Sami talks all night and says he will defend anywhere, including tonight at St. Joe's. Sami says this will happen, but not tonight. No way in St. Joe's. Sami says they think, unlike Strowman, and they will be tactical about this. Sami says they have to do resource. The Revival, Scott Dawson, and Dash Wilder suddenly attack Strowman from behind. Fans boo as the Revival double team Strowman. Nakamura joins them as Strowman gets beat down in the corner some more. Braun fights them off and then turns his attention to Sami. Braun chases Sami around the ring, dropping the Revival on the way. Braun grabs Sami, but he escapes. Braun chases Sami in the ring, but Nakamura drops him with a big knee. Nakamura drops Strowman again with the Kinshasa. Fans boo as Nakamura stands tall with Sami. They are standing together as Nakamura music plays while Strowman tries to recover. Still to come, we see how Otis is preparing for his Valentine's Day with Mandy Rose. This part I really enjoy. I would love to see more Mandy Rose and Otis. You know what I'm saying? This part I really enjoy. But anyway, back from the break, the former UFC champion Daniel Cormier is showing at ringside with his son. We have to go to Heavy Machinery in the back. They showing a video with Tucker helping Otis work out and eat a dinner table without looking like a slob. Tucker says Otis has his under control. Otis seems to agree. Sheamus versus Apollo Cruz. Now I am glad to see Apollo Cruz back on Smackdown. But this match didn't take very long. It was just a quick match. We go back to the ring and Apollo Cruz waits as Sheamus makes his way out. The bell rings and Sheamus unloads to start. Sheamus with more offense. Cruz fights back with an enziguri. Cruz tries to follow up but misses a splash in the corner. Sheamus comes right back with a big bro kick for the squash win. The winner of the match, Sheamus. After the match, Sheamus stands tall as his music hits. Sheamus looks to deliver another bro kick to Cruz, but Shorty G makes the save. They brawl in the ring. Shorty G dodges a bro kick and they tangle some more. Sheamus avoids an ankle out and comes right back with a bro kick to level Shorty G. Sheamus stands tall and yells out. His music starts back up. Still to come, our fatal 4-way main event to commercial. Back from the break, we get hyped for WWE Super Showdown. Goldberg versus The Fiend is now official as a steel cage match between Roman Reigns and King Corbin. That match is going to be garbage next week. No one contenders fatal 4-way. Alexa Bliss versus Carmella versus Dana Brooke versus Naomi. I gotta ask you guys a question. When did Carmella ever deserve a championship opportunity? I just want to know. Let me know down below in the comment section because I gotta answer this question. I know you guys will answer in the comment section. When did ever Carmella deserves a championship opportunity? Just let me know. But anyway, we go to the ring for tonight's fatal 4-way main event. Carmella, Dana Brooke, and Alexa Bliss are already out. SmackDown's Women's Champion Bayley is at ringside, talking trash. The winner of this match will earn a title shot. Naomi is out next with her glow entrance. The bell rings and they all go at it with several pin attempts and counters. Bliss slaps Carmella after Brooke dropkick Naomi. More back and forth between everyone. Naomi ends up hitting a big chokescrew planchia to take everyone else down on the floor. Bayley stands over them and raises her title Fans boo. Naomi brawls with Bayley out. Naomi brawls with Bayley, but Bayley gets the upper hand. Bayley launches Naomi into the steel ring steps and stands tall as we go back to commercial. Back from the break, and everyone is still going at it in the ring. The pin attempts and counters continues a few more minutes. Bliss slaps and drops Carmella with a big right hand. As Carmella makes the save, Carmella unloads on Brooke in the corner. Now, Carmella does the moonwalk for a pop. Carmella with a Bronco Buster. Naomi comes in to take Carmella down. Naomi with the split-legged moonsault, but Brooke breaks the pin up. Brooke and Naomi tangle now. Naomi with a big stunner. Bliss breaks the pin up with a dropkick. Bliss works on Naomi over in the corner now. Naomi counters out of nowhere and rolls Bliss for a 2 count. Naomi slams Bliss and drops the leg for a 2 count. Bayley looks concerned at ringside now as Naomi keeps control of Bliss. Naomi takes Bliss to the top and they trade shots. Bliss shoves Naomi into the mat and comes down for a 2 count. Bliss works Naomi over and shows a little bit of frustration. Bliss drops Naomi and runs in with a slap to the face for a 2 count. Bliss has a few words for the referee. Naomi with a big elbow to the jaw. Brooke and Carmella are back in now. Naomi launches Bliss into Carmella and she goes down. Naomi slams Brooke from the apron. Naomi with a split-legged leg drop on Brooke for a 2 count. Naomi tosses Brooke out of the floor. Bliss sends Naomi into the middle turnbuckle. Bliss takes Naomi down in the corner a few more times. Bliss goes to the top, a mixed reaction. Bliss goes for the twisted Bliss, but Naomi gets her knees up. Naomi gets right back up and hits a rear view on Bliss. Carmella breaks it up and delivers 2 straight super kicks to Naomi. Carmella covers for the pin to win the title shot. The winner and the new #1 contender, Carmella. After the match, Carmella music hits, but Bayley immediately rushes to the ring and puts Carmella down face first into the mat from behind. Bayley retreats to the stage as Carmella recovers. There are no words on when Carmella will get her title shot. We go to replays. Smackdown on Fox goes up there with Bayley clutching her title on the ramp as Carmella stares back at her from the ring. All I gotta say was this SmackDown was garbage. But the tag team match between the Usos versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, that tag team match was pretty good. But the rest of the show went downhill. But I enjoyed Otis is getting ready for a Valentine's date with Mandy Rose. I really enjoyed it. I was very interested. But you guys let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think of SmackDown. Because to me this show was very garbage. But anyway, follow me on Instagram at BigBoyJohn25. Follow me on Twitter at BigBoyJohn25. I'm so close to 200 followers on Twitter. Follow me on TikTok at BigBoyJohn25. My Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok will be down below in the description. You guys have a great weekend, and I will see you guys later. And I'll holler at you guys I'll talk to you guys later. KFG gang, and I'm out of here. Shout out to everybody, man. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I am so close to 3K on my channel, and I promise you guys I'm gonna work extra hard on my channel and put out more content and go live. That's all I gotta say. I just want to put that out there. But anyway, I'm finna end this video, man. Talk to you guys later. But let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think of SmackDown, and I will talk to you guys later. KFG gang, and I'm out of here.